Hey guys, welcome to SuperMarcelWorld. We're gonna talk Justice League. So the film is coming out this year, and I think we can expect a new trailer pretty soon. So let's talk about Justice League. Here we go. I said it before and I'll say it again. Cyborg will steal the show. I think Cyborg will be something unique, something special, something we haven't seen before. I think it will be totally badass. The Flash. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I kinda have my doubts with this incarnation of the Flash. His suit looks kinda meh. It's not something that I get excited about. And I'm still not convinced by Ezra Miller. I mean, watching the trailer, sure, I guess he was fine. And the part where he's like, I need friends, okay, that was kind of funny. The footage I've seen of him in a suit doesn't really impress me. He kind of looks weird, especially his shocked look. Like, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, I'm not really convinced yet. Batman. I think we can all agree that Ben Affleck blew most people away with his Batman. I predicted that he would be awesome as Batman. Turns out it was true, and I thought he was a great Bruce Wayne as well. So I can't wait to see more of him in Justice League and of course the standalone Batman film. Awesome! And also I like the fact that they updated his suit a little bit. I thought in Batman vs Superman he was a little bit too bulky, a little bit too much Hulk. And now in Justice League, I think he looks perfect. Wonder Woman. Now before Batman vs Superman, I thought there was no way that they could bring Wonder Woman into the cinematic universe without looking silly or lame. And damn was I off. She looked cool, she was powerful, she was badass, she was beautiful, she looked great, she had a sense of humor. She kind of reminded me of an updated version of Xena the Warrior Princess, and I mean that in a good way. And the Wonder Woman trailer looks awesome as well. I can't wait to see her in Wonder Woman and Justice League. She looks amazing. I just wish she had a little bit more muscles, or any. Aquaman. I said Cyborg would steal the show, but maybe it will be Aquaman. Jason Momoa is totally badass. He really looks like a person you should not with. Really. Aquaman went from a guy where everybody was like, oh, look at him, he's a male mermaid, to someone who's like, oh, damn, you should not around with that guy. I think this was a very cool and wise choice by Warner not to do Aquaman exactly like in the comics, with the blonde hair and the orange and green suit. They took the character and they totally turned him upside down. He's totally badass and I think he will be awesome. I can't wait to see him in action. All the stuff Aquaman can do. Can you imagine how it looks on the big screen? Ooh, he can flood the city if he wants to. I can't wait to see what they do with him. Superman. Superman is my #1 favorite superhero of all time. So I want him to be treated in the best possible way. And although I think Christopher Reeve will never be topped as Superman, I think Henry Cavill might be the best Superman ever since Reeve. And I thought he was great in Man of Steel, and I thought he was good in Batman vs Superman, only the film was a little bit dark, especially for Superman. So I get that the storyline and the world and everything in that film was dark, but Superman himself should not be dark. And it's alright to have him struggling to find his way in a world like we live in today, and that's all fine. And now that we've seen that, I want Superman to be more uplifting. And I'm very glad that they've said that Justice League will not be as dark as Batman vs Superman, and that it will be lighter in tone, and it will be about hope. So that's good, because Superman is all about hope. I would really like to see Cavill have more fun with the role. I want Superman to smile. It's okay to have Superman smiling, because in Batman vs Superman, most of the time he was frowning. And it's fine, that was the story, but we're past that. So bring him back, more color, more optimistic, and I would also like to see him do small stuff. Because most of the time we'll see him fight the biggest bad guys and lift the biggest, most heaviest things. Kind of like they did in the first Superman. Christopher Reeve flew down and he took a kitty cat out of a tree and gave it back to the little girl. Something that small is something special, because he does whatever he can to help, even if it's that small. He helped the little girl, getting her cat back. Just simple as that. And I can't remember which comic it is from, but there's this great comic where there's a girl about to jump off a building. She's about to kill herself. And Superman flies in and he saves her and he gives her a hug. And that's the kind of stuff I want to see. It gives me goosebumps already thinking about it. That's the stuff I want to see. Stuff like that. Smaller things. Yeah. We all know that Superman will wear his traditional blue and red suit, but if you know the comics, you'll know that he'll be wearing a black suit. Of course, we already saw him in a black suit in Man of Steel, but this will be different, and I hope, and I think, if they're true to the comics, that they'll include some silver. That will look awesome. I can't wait to see it. And we can talk about Superman's suit, or what kind of relationship Batman and Superman might have, or all that stuff. But the biggest question surrounding Justice League is, what will happen with Green Lantern? They're so damn mysterious about it. And you know, the first poster they released with Aquaman said, "Unite the Seven." We already know Green Lantern will be in the film. Maybe he'll just pop up at the end of the film, I don't know. And I think the last thing I've read is that they're gonna use 2 Green Lanterns. Hal Jordan and John Stewart. Now, wouldn't that make it Unite the 8? So 2 might be an overkill. Maybe they'll just focus on one and have the other one pop up in a few scenes to, I don't know, whatever. Because I think 2 Green Lanterns might be too much. So if they're gonna use both Green Lanterns, will they share the equal amount of screen time? Will one be the main character and the second maybe have a cameo scene or 2? Who would you like to see? John Stewart, Hal Jordan, and who is gonna play them? These are questions that I really want to see answered. What I would really love to see in Justice League is a cameo by Margaret Kidder. I think she's the ultimate Lois Lane. I love her in all the original films. And I've met her once and she's totally awesome. That woman is amazing. She has so much charisma, so much fun stories to tell. And she's so very kind. I would really love to see her pop up in a film. Even if it's just one scene, I would love her to be included. So that's it for now, friends. Thanks so much for watching. I'm sure we'll talk a lot more about Justice League in the upcoming few months. If you like, hit that subscribe button or maybe check out some of the other videos. And of course, as always, I hope to see you back next weekend. Bye.